pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the center. And for the Nets, Jordan is out there with Griffin. Then there's Irving, and it's Durant, and it's Harden in at the point guard. The pass to Griffin. On the wing, Irving. Goes up at the stripe. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Count it.
Boy, you simply can't guard that. Irving's just too nimble. Easily gets himself free of the defender.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Back to Lillard. Over Harden. Lillard finds Covington. The three from McCollum. Rebounded by the Nets.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Oh, Griffin in position. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the player, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
Powell kicks to Lillard. Shoots the three. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Pass to Griffin. In the corner, Harden. Pass to Irving. Clock at 6. Here's Durant. Knocks down the step-back J.
You know, you think back to his Achilles in the 2019 finals, that injury. Great to see Durant back in action. He's one of the best scorers ever. In my book, top 5 for sure.
Lillard with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Lillard misses. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Pass to Jordan. Griffin kicks to Irving. KD on the wing. That one, no good. Now Portland takes it the other way. The pass to Lillard. Inside, Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man. Puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
To the paint. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam, because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Down low. Passes it to Covington. McCollum kicks to Covington. Here's Lillard. And it comes off the front of the rim. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Oh, Griffin in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
But the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
Lillard from deep three-point land. A rebound by the Nets.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Irving's shot is good.
Well, this is a staple, a pillar of Irving's attack. You got to be up on him, or he'll pull up on a dime.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard from deep. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. McCollum, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Durant, wide open, he fires. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Anthony. Enes Kanter is out there with Collins. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in its shooting guard. Nets leading by 5. Here now is Dinwiddie. And he uses the glass on the layup. Dinwiddie's got his first basket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Jones checked in for Damian Lillard. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Simons, the pass to Kanter. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Now, Dinwiddie. He kicks to Brown. Back to Dinwiddie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries it from the top of the key. And he overshot that one, missing. Trailblazers trail by 3. After a promising rookie campaign, a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings, though, to the table.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Dinwiddie kicks to Green. Harris, good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And the Nets lead by 3.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Outside Anthony. From downtown, that's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And the defense can only do so much when Anthony is locked in. There's nothing you can do to stop that guy.
Claxton the pass to Brown. Outside, Green. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. They kick it out to Green. Right at the free throw line. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Brown. Simons, the pass to Cantor. Can't hit from the elbow.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
They kick it out to Green. No good with the triple. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Dishes it to Cantor. Feeds it to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Harris against Anthony. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Brown finds Harris. Collins grabs the miss.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Out to Anthony. Here's the three. Back to Cantor, and the first half comes to a close in a tie game. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. It was a fast pace for Brooklyn at the outset. Their lead at one point was up to 7, and they... Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Harden out there with Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Griffin. And it's Durant in at the 3. So that's the Nets 5.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep 3.
Lillard against Harden. The dish now to Jordan. Irving kicks to Griffin. Lobbed up there for KD. Powell with the steal. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Harden surveying the D. Irving for 3. That shot misses. Now Portland takes it the other way. Lillard against Harden from deep three-point range, and it's Lillard again missing.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
Griffin against Lillard. Griffin kicks to Durant. Now here's Jordan. Pass to Irving. Launches it. The shot off that time. Trailblazers leading by 6. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Lillard fires away from way outside. Brooklyn with the rebound. Irving with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. Count that bucket. Irving's got 9.
Would have been impossible for KD to miss his teammate there. He was wide open.
Portland's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Pass to Nurkic. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Lillard way outside. Portland again missing.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Griffin. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
Lillard from outside. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got his 5th rebound in this one. Oh, the lob to Irving. A nice shot by Jordan. Jordan's got the game tied up here for the Nets. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing we learned from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Rocket 2. Beyond the arc. At the 10th, and Griffin stays with it. Griffin's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And it's Lillard missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And it's Irving missing.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
He has a lot of points from long range this half. He's taken advantage of a really tired defense.
Harden outside. Now the pass to Jordan. Back to Harden. From deep. Powell pulls it in. Portland leading by 4. Here's Lillard. 18 points for him. Lillard again missing. On the wing, Irving. He's guarded by McCollum. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Doesn't go that time. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We've got more in store for you right after this. Three tenths quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Nets trail by 4. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. They've got McCollum, Anthony out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the 1. To the inside. Jordan's shot is off.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
And stolen by Jordan. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. KD's got the ball. The putback, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
McCollum up top, covered by Irving. And that one, good. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Harden outside. 6 to shoot. Lobs it up for Jordan. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist, a big target with strength and bounce.
The Trailblazers shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Powell against Durant. And McCollum puts up a deep three. Offline with his three.
And really, for some reason, just not a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting so few opportunities at the rim.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Irving. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. It's tipped, and he's able to get it back. And they'll keep possession. And he gets the bucket.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Dinwiddie kicks to Brown. And Harris wide open. He shoots and trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's Simons. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And now a 5-point Portland lead.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Harris, no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
Yeah, big call there on the goaltend. He just didn't get to it soon enough. Boy, that's a tough break.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. And then for the Trailblazers, Collins checked in for Powell. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. Harden against Lillard. From deep three-point range, Jones finds Lillard. From deep, Blake Griffin pulls it in. Griffin's got his 5th rebound in this one. And Irving launches it from deep. He's off on that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. Lillard fires away from way outside. Off target from three-point range. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. And that's trailed by 3. KD dishes to Harden. Takes the 3. No good from Durant. Portland's gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Lillard against Harden. To the middle. Here's Collins. Kicks it out to Jones. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard from deep three-point land. The Trailblazers rebound. Stolen by Harden.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
They've got to go all out trying to force a turnover here.
Shoots over Lillard. The putback, and Griffin stays with it.
With a polished offensive game and an intense will to win, Griffin can definitely be trusted in crunch time. And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. So it gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Big-time free throws there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a 3-point attempt.
Lillard against Harden. This would tie it. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. What a story. David, thank you. So the Nets starting 5. Griffin is out there with Durant. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving at the 2. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Beverly in at the 1. Now here's Leonard. Here's Beverly. And Irving pulls it down.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Now, here is Ibaka. 6 on the shot clock, and there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. Lots of speed and athleticism on the floor tonight, Brent. What do you think could determine the outcome?
Well, if guys are going to play fast, Kevin, and guys are going to be up in the air, it's going to come down to very solid decision-making to see who it is that separates themselves in this one.
And the jam by Harden.
Just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Now George. And Leonard has it in the corner. And he converts the layup.
Really, with that level of speed and power, it is so difficult to keep Leonard from scoring on the drive.
Now, here is Harden. Inside, Jordan. The kick out to Irving. Here's KD. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, for a tall guy, Durant has such dexterity and rhythm on the catch and shoot. It's just interesting to watch.
Here's George. And there it is for him.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here is Durant. Paul George making his last shot. KD finds Jordan, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, determined that time to get to the rim, anticipating the pass, and a rim rocker.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Top of the key. And it's Durant with the rebound.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Here is Ibaka, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And George kicks to Ibaka. George against Harden from the arc. A rebound by the Nets.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Kyrie, such a blur in the open court, leaks out so quickly and then gets to the right spot in transition.
Now here's Beverly. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Ibaka outside. Back to Beverly, the 3-ball. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. And then George with the jam.
Well, it's nice to see Paul George make a read, be in the right position to collect that loose ball and do something with it.
Outside Griffin. Passes it to Irving from deep three-point range. It's hauled in by George.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up, so maybe just a step too far.
And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. The shot by KD. No good. Clippers trail by 4. Beverly the pass to George. Griffin grabs the board. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Durant's got the ball. Harden outside.
Because of Paul George's athleticism, he can do a lot of things. He turns guys over. He blocks shots. He's got great hands. He affects a lot defensively.
And that does it for the first quarter. Nets lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got Marcus Morris. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Here's Green. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Pass to Kennard. Puts up a 3. They get it back.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Brown. To the inside. Claxton. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 6.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Brooklyn with the ball after the Clippers pick up 2. Outside, Green. 3-pointers off the mark. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Down low. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Harris outside. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen by Zubac. Inside, and Batum throws it down.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Jackson against Dinwiddie. The pass to Claxton. Stolen by Zubac. Up top, Batum. Guarded by Green. And Batum kicks to Jackson. 1:39 left here in the second. Passes to Zubac. Shot clock at 5. High post try. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Zubac has got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a 4th? I'm not sure.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Morris. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Now, here is Harden. Outside Jordan. He dishes it to Irving. Trying to end the drought. Griffin. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. 55 seconds left in the first half of the game. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
The wide open look for Durant. Offensive rebound. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got it all tied up now for Brooklyn.
I mean, he might as well pour a foundation and put some framework around that, because that's where DeAndre Jordan lives on the offensive glass.
Brooklyn's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Nets lead by 2.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Out to the right wing. Zubac finds George. Back to Zubac. Brooklyn with the rebound. Here's Durant. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Now it's a 4-point Nets lead.
Is KD stronger than we think?
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right. And as great as James Harden has been, his game has attracted a share of critics. And that does it for our...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been quite a game so far for DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Kyrie Irving. Durant is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden, and it's Jordan in its center. Now, here's George. Leonard looking around. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Shots good by Ibaka.
Well, this is where Cousins' size helps him to have a passing window to find open teammates.
Outside Durant. Irving with the ball. He has 6. Shot from 16. Shot is good off the back rim and in. That's now 8 points for Kyrie Irving.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
George passes to Leonard. To the inside. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Rebound, Brooklyn. Durant's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Harden slamming it down.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
And here's George. Lets it fly from 18. Good as the jump shot falls. George has got 6.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
It's Durant on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. Jordan against Ibaka. Durant, that drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists now in this one. Outside, George pass to Leonard. Back to George. And contact. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Jordan trying to free himself up. Yep, that one goes in there. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's foul number 2 for him. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. Shot clock at 6. Out to Morris. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. And here's Harris from the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team, just fighting tonight.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Dinwiddie against Jackson. High post, Zubats. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And we just... While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Ibaka, Reggie Jackson out there with Kennard. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's man in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. And Harris subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Jackson against Dinwiddie. Outside Jackson. Here's Kennard. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. Brown the pass to Claxton. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. And here is Zubac. Back to Kennard. Shot on the way. Here's Zubac. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Zubac has got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And here's Harris from the arc. 5 on the clock. Over Jackson. Here's Claxton. Drops in the layup for 2. Claxton's got 4 points this quarter.
And really, at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds for putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
Yeah, and you know who your Warriors are by plays like that. They make it when it matters most.
So both teams changing it up here. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Now Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. He feeds it to Beverly. Count the basket. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Beverly excellent at getting a bucket when the team needs it, stepping up that time.
Harden scanning the floor. And the pass to KD. No good. That would have tied it. Los Angeles leading by 3. Here's Leonard, tipped away. Stolen by Harden. One-on-one here. And the rejection by Cousins.
Offensively, you better respect the reach of DeMarcus Cousins. Terrific at getting a hand on that one and swatting it away.
Now here's Leonard. Passes it to Cousins. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's George. Pass to Leonard. Shoots from 12.
Well, excellent job. KD timing the contest there and using his length to bother the shot.
Irving passes to Griffin. Out to KD. Again, the miss by KD.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
And with Paul George, it's pretty awesome. You get the whole package. You get great scoring. You get good playmaking and rebounding. You get a defender with active hands. There's a lot of things about Paul George that can elevate everything you do to have great team success.
Now here's Irving. It's it alive, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Oh, DeAndre Jordan sinks that shot. Not the first option, but doing the job.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
One of the better perimeter defenders in the game, and in the golden age of scoring point guards, Patrick Beverly doing his best to slow them down on a nightly basis. And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Now, here is Harden. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 3-pointer. The putback, count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Man, how many times do we see DJ just devastate teams with dunks like that?
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
He had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap, and I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
The three from Harden. The shot, no good. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it. Clippers starting five. They've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Powell in at the small forward position. Now here's Beverly. Left side, Leonard passes it to Morris. Powell with the steal. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. The Trailblazers with the new shot clock.
Showing off the agility and quickness. Covington knows where to get when the break is on.
Now Beverly. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Now here's Lillard. And there's the pass to Powell. Fires the three. That one doesn't drop. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
I don't know how many misses that is in a row, but I know it's ugly.
And now Covington running the floor all by himself. And the basket by McCollum.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Beverly against Lillard. Pass to Morris. Back to Beverly. Powell with the steal. And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go. And it's Lillard missing.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
And it's Lillard missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Morris kicks to Beverly. Leonard the pass to Beverly. Covington with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Lillard outside. Here's Nurkic. Pass to Lillard. Now the dish to McCollum. Lock at 6. The tray. The rebound by Ibaka.
Can you believe it? He's missed every shot he's taken. Yet this team still continues to hold the lead.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Great rhythm on the catch and shoot. Kawhi showing us what's good.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. And still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. Pass to Powell. Trailblazers moving the ball around. This one for 3, and that's good. Damian Lillard for 3.
And I'm glad he made that one because it was starting to get embarrassing.
George dishes to Leonard. There's the pass to Ibaka. He kicks it to George. Back to Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Lillard scanning the floor. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Ibaka's got 5 rebounds tonight. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Beverly. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Portland trailing here. Lillard from outside. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Now, here's Kennard. Outside for Jackson. Lets it go from deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. So at the end of 1 quarter of play. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Marcus Morris, Luke Kennard out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's man in at the small forward. Jackson has the open look, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Breakdown by the defense there. Jackson, a solid mid-range shooter. You like to push him out further.
Simons surveying the D. Anthony nowhere around. No good from outside. Clippers leading by 3. Here's Jackson, and Cancer pulls it down.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense. He might have gotten over-eager.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Man, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Portland with the ball. Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Cantor inside. Working on Zubac. Cantor's shot is off. Here's Kennard. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. Kennard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Now here's Jackson. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Kennard. Outside Batum, and no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there. It's Collins with the drive, and finished off by Collins.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energies.
Now, here's Zubac. Jackson passes to Zubac. That's a 2 from Kennard. Rebounded by Anthony.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
And Jones slams it in.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Here's Jackson. Man passes to Kennard. Launches a 3. Hits it from three-point range. Kennard's got 5 points in the quarter.
A crafty lefty with tons of range. You can't take your eyes off Luke Kennard defensively.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Pass to Simons. There's the triple. The Clippers grab the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Simons, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Outside Anthony. Lobs it up for Cantor. Stolen by Zubats. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, and locates the open man.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Will it go? Anthony trying to get open. A nice shot by Simons.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here's Kennard. He's got 5. Outside Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. So the wing on the left. Let's go. Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. And here's Jackson. Banked in off the glass. Jackson's got 6 in the quarter.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
And so it's Los Angeles. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too... Hey.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. And the basket by Lillard. Great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. You think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, but I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right.
No, we don't do that.
Now George, following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum.
Exactly what you want from that play. Get it to Serge where he can simply rise and fire.
Lillard from outside. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
And finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Outside Leonard. Ibaka with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. Oh, Covington in position. Clippers leading by 3. George with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Pass to Beverly. Ibaka outside. Feeds it to Morris. And it's rebounded by Covington.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Running it down their throats. 3 straight baskets there in transition.
McCollum against George. He lobs it up, and Ibaka slams it in.
I'll tell you, for a veteran, Ibaka still gets sky high on these alley-oops.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. It's a three-point game. To the paint. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got 8 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Morris, no good. The Trailblazers have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Lillard against Beverly. Lillard, right side, and finished off by Nurkic.
Going to work. Nurkic puts forth such an effort on offense. That's what gets him his looks.
Outside Leonard. There's 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And then for Los Angeles, fans checked in, and it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George. Anthony kicks to Hollis Jefferson. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. And it's Batum in for Kawhi Leonard. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And the officials call a traveling violation.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it?
To the middle. Kicks it out to Jones. Stolen by Zubac. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Clippers lead by... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Ibaka, Patrick Beverly out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's man in at the 3.
When you have someone with Ibaka's size and coordination, it's a crime not to get him some looks inside.
It's McCollum on the wing. Kennard covering. McCollum no good. Clippers leading by 3. Morris inside, covered by Anthony. Powell with the steal, all by himself. With the floater, a nice shot by Simons.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
The Clipper shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Batum comes in for Morris, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Zubac kicks to Kennard. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
There's the feed to Nurkic. Shoots over Zubac, and he can't bank that one in. Dennis Cantor's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Kennard against McCollum. Fires, high post. That shot off. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way to take the lead. Kept alive. Second chance effort. Stolen by Zubac. Here's Mann. He's covered by Cantor. The shot's good from Kennard.
Always working to find open territory. Kennard's lethal in catch and shoot.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. Plays it up and banks it in.
And that's just all muscle there. Cantor is solid at fighting his way through whatever the D throws at him.
Passes to Zubac. Over in the corner, Batum. Here's Mann. Here's Zubac. He's covered by Cantor. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. That puts them in the lead. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
Now, here's Zubac. Shot clock at 6. On deep. The Clippers keep it alive. And there's the pass to Kennard. Second chance shot. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a 3. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. Collins, good. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
Leonard against Covington. Leonard looking over the floor. Shoots over Covington. A putback. Great positioning on the putback.
He's been there before, played in big moments of big games. Ibaka coming through in the clutch.
Beverly against Lillard. To the paint. Here's Jones. Kicks it out to Lillard. Oh, good on the 3. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Giving up just 8 points in the 4th quarter.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Now here's Lillard. 36 seconds left in the 4th quarter. It drops. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
If the keys to your offense are in Lillard's hands, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Check out how well he runs the pick and roll there. That's just a perfect way to play.
Leonard against Covington. Outside Leonard. From 17 feet out, Portland grabs the miss. Lillard left side. It falls!
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 1. 5 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
And so the big win.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. Then there's Griffin. And it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the 3 slot. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Off target from outside.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And finished off by Griffin.
Man, one for the highlight reel. And you see after multiple knee surgeries, Griffin can still get up.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
Good.
You know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Outside Irving. Unloads from 13. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Talk about a great start. 3 of 3 from the field to get the game going. They're cooking with gas, folks.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it's Lillard missing. The Nets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Here's Harden. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. Powell with the steal. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Now Harden. Pass to Irving. Back to Harden. For 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Red hot so far. 4 for 4. Cooking with gas. Couldn't draw it up any better.
Lillard scanning the floor. No one near him. And it's good off the back rim and in.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Here's Harden. Right side, Jordan. Harris outside. 5 on the clock. From outside the arc. Up again. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic with it. He's picked up by Irving. Powell for 3. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Brooklyn leading by 4. Nobody near Irving. Misses the 3.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Knocked away. Nurkic finds Lillard. From deep three-point range, the rebound by Harden. And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Irving from long range. No good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Oh, nice persistence to tip it back up and in.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
Here's Jordan, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation for the Trailblazers. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Brownie's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. Here's Anthony. Cantor, the pass to McCollum. The layup off target.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Nets lead by 4. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Green is out there with Durant. Then there's Brown, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 5. Trailblazers trail by 4. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. And a miss there on the triple. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. KD leading the charge. That one goes in.
No easy way to hold KD down. He's slick, he's slippery, he's smooth with the ball. That's why he draws fouls.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one. Yes.
Reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Down kicks to Green. The pass to KD. To the inside, Claxton. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game. Great communication on the alley-oop.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's tightly guarded. Lobbed up there for Durant. Dinwiddie finds KD. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Durant's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
Yeah, he's got those Inspector Gadget arms. I mean, they go on forever. Durant a threat on the offensive glass, too.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. From outside, off the mark.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer. Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Here's Dinwiddie. Brown the pass to KD. The putback, and Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 6th rebound on the night. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And great ball movement from CJ. That's the unselfish play you want from your guards.
Dinwiddie outside. Passes it to KD. Inside. Claxton the pass to KD. The 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. KD's got 8.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Cullen passes to Carmelo. Pulls up on the wing. And the shot is long.
I guess even he has. It's one of those once in a while.
The deep 3 from Durant. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Trailblazers trail by 8. Pulls from the top of the key. And McCollum the bucket on the assist from Enes Kanter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pass to Green. 1:04 left now here in the second. To the paint. Here's Claxton. Durant just inside the line. Durant with another miss.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
McCollum finds Collins. Here's Simons. That 3 off the mark. Nets leading by 6.
Picking up his 2nd foul here. Has to be careful because they can pile up quickly.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Jones against Irving. Pops it up for Jordan. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And here's Anthony from the arc. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. Kanter kicks to Anthony. And it's off from 3-point range. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter.
And, you know, Harden's exceptional at getting out on the break in transition. I mean, running exactly the right path and getting it done.
Here's Simons. offensive rebound.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot, Kyrie.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, well, Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. Looking at the Nets, Kenny, what was your impression?
Well, we can't look past the work that they're...
And that should...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
It takes a lot to dominate a game without shooting lights out, but that's exactly what he was able to do with his play on the glass.
Yes, sir. I mean, that area around the bucket has been his turf tonight. A sensational display of rebounding in the first half.
Clearing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot manning the middle. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half. Jordan finds Irving. Back to Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Lillard against Harden. From deep. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
Harden the pass to Griffin. And it's good, 2 points. Now it's a 7-point Brooklyn lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
The shot by Lillard wide open. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got 8 points.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity. Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. And Brooklyn making a change here. Green's checked in. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Lillard fires away from way outside. Rebounded by the Nets. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter. And boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career. And he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Griffin's checked in for Jeff Green. The kick out to Irving. Back to Harden. Down low. Lock at 6. And that one drops for him.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Powell finds Lillard. Back to Powell. Lillard outside. Trailblazers keep it alive. It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
It's stolen by Jones. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Irving. Here's Powell. Back to Covington. And again, it's Portland converted. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective.
And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad, and a proud one at that. Here's Irving. And again, it's the Nets missing. And it's Jones with the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Nurkic kicks to Covington. Lillard against Harris. Just 5 to shoot. Lillard misses.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
Pops it up for Jordan, and Jones sends it back. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. They get it back. Nurkic the pass to Covington. Three-pointer, Lillard, and the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game.
And they are amped up right now. I mean, after trailing for so long and then trimming that margin, finally they take the lead.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Back to Durant. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Back to the action after this word. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Portland leading. Shutting the floor for the Nets. Joe Harris is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. And it's Claxton in at the 5 down low.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Here's Cantor. And the layup's good off the glass. Cantor's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
And that's just all muscle there. Cantor is solid at fighting his way through whatever the D throws at him.
Dinwiddie passes to Brown. Throws it up high. Claxton no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
And here we go. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
You know, why settle for the layup when you're this close? Durant might as well just turn it over and punch it home.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Out to Anthony. The feed now to Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Durant down low. Covered by Anthony. Portland leading by 3. For the 3. Dinwiddie with the rebound.
You know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
And it's good for 2.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. To Collins. Great D that time from Green. The Nets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
You take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Cantor. And it's Powell in for Zach Collins.
defense.
The Nets also changing it up. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kyrie Irving comes in for Kevin Durant. And James Harden has subbed in for Dinwiddie. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And guys, aggressive in creating his own shots, but thus far they have not been falling. Probably a good time to try and devote some of that energy to getting others involved.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Giles comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Robert Covington's checked in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. The Nets also changing it up. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Green. And it's Kevin Durant in for Bruce Brown. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Lillard against Harden. Jordan at the elbow. Kicks it out to Harden. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Portland leading by 4. A minute 50 left to play here in the fourth. Powell, the pass to Cantor. Over in the corner, Lillard. Three-pointer. Doesn't go for him. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Here's Irving. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
Yes, indeedy. Irving giving you much in the clutch.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. He kicks to Powell. Fires for 3. A rebound by the Nets. In transition, here come the Nets. Harden's got the ball, and foul on the coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, onto the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And, you know, after being a sixth man during the beginning of his career, Harden has blossomed into a big-time star. He's a top-tier combo guard in this league now.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Enes Kanter. And McCollum subbed in for Harry Giles. Lillard attacking over to the wing. Nurkic dishes to McCollum. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Harden kicks to Jordan. Irving against McCollum. Gets a hand on it. Rebound by Nurkic. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard with the ball. A 3 won't fall. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Harden surveying the D. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. That's what
Thank you.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives hit. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sport and the Clippers starting five. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And for Brooklyn, they've got Kyrie Irving. Griffin is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden. And it's Durant in at the three, the small forward. Outside Griffin. Lets the three fly. It's hauled in by Beverley. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Now here's Leonard. Cousins finds Ibaka. Cousins on the follow.
One thing about DeMarcus, he's got an edge to him, and a lot of the time, it works to his advantage.
Now Harden. To the middle. Here's Jordan. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Every year, DeAndre gets a little more comfortable scoring the basketball. That play being a prime example.
We play just over a minute here in the first. George passes to Cousins. Kicks it out to Leonard. It's George on the wing, guarded by Harden. Ibaka, no luck.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
KD with the bucket.
With his size, KD almost unstoppable from mid-range.
Pass to Ibaka. Dishes it to Leonard. Outside, George kicks it out to Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Ibaka, no luck.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard.
The putback, it's good on the putback.
And that's a great effort. Fast break opportunity for DeMarcus Cousins, and he doesn't waste it.
Harden against George. Harden right side with the putback. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Now, here's George. And Leonard has it in the corner. And Cousins kicks to George. Pass to Leonard. Lets it go. And it's Griffin with the rebound. The Nets with the lead.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
And the Nets making a change here. Green's checked in. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Mann's checked in. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by KD. Fires the three. Leonard, no luck.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
To the inside. Jordan. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Ibaka. The finish. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
1:10 left here in the first quarter. Here's Irving. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Leonard. He kicks it to Ibaka. Oh, Leonard in position. In transition, here come the Nets. Harden's got the ball. Outside for Durant. Tries from 16. Rebound by the Clippers.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Mann passes to George. The pass to Mann. The shot from 20 feet away. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nets lead by 2. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback.
Old school basketball, to be honest.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They just been the better team so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Luke Kennard out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Batum in at the power forward position. Morris inside. Harris is there. Morris kicks to Batum. Back to Morris. Fires from deep. No good on the shot. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Here's Luwawu. Good work defensively by Morris. And Morris has got the ball here for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. Kennard with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Passes to Zubac. Here's Jackson. The 3. Zubac the pass to Morris. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Lets it go with the three. Zubac trying to break loose. Batum, good. Batum's got the game tied up here for the Clippers. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting the ball at 42%. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Pass to Claxton. Here's Llewellyn. Kennard covering.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Here's Kennard. And Griffin sends it back.
I love the defensive intensity from Blake Griffin on that play.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. No good on the triple. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Jackson passes to Kennard. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Cousins. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Jackson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Kennard kicks to Jackson. Back to Kennard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Dinwiddie touched it last. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. There's a minute left to play here in the second quarter. Down low, here's Ibaka, accurate with a jumper from the elbow.
Exactly what you want from that play. Get it to Serge where he can simply rise and fire.
Dinwiddie up top. Pass to Claxton. Back to Dinwiddie. Shot clock at 6. Now the pass to Claxton. Here's Harris. And too long on the shot. The Clippers trail. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Leonard with the ball. Picked up by Harris. And they go to the intentional foul. George against Harden. 6 to shoot. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Eight seconds left to play in the first half. The kick out to Irving. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Nets lead. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they were up by. That's all for now.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And Los Angeles guys shooting a low 30% right now, an ugly offensive performance. They've got Harden. Jordan is out there with Griffin. Then there's Irving. And it's KD in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
This is where Serge is most dangerous. Extremely confident now from beyond the arc.
And here's Harden. No points in the game yet for him. To the paint. Here's KD. Jordan trying to free himself up. And that one hits back iron.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles. For your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ. Size and strength of DeAndre Jordan, brushing off the defender.
Harden against George. Takes a three. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Kicks it out to Harden. The dish to KD. Shot clock at 5. Goes up on the wing. 80 that time from Leonard. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Clippers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Irving. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Terrific body control from Kyrie and a showtime finish.
So for the Nets, Green, he's checked in for Jordan. And it's Brown in for Blake Griffin. Now Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And Durant sends it back.
I'll tell you, if you're not looking out, KD will send your shot back.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And so they foul intentionally. Los Angeles making a switch here. Harden with it. Kicks it to KD. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. And the shot is good. Claxton's got his second basket.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Passes it to Kennard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Clock at 6. Rebounded by the Nets. Dinwiddie kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. Harris with it. Guarded now by Morris. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
At the line for 2.
That one misses. LA has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Out to Morris. 1:10 left in the third quarter of the game. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Kennard, the pass to Batum. Over Green.
And Green's defense, very important to this team's success. The way he gets up in the face of whoever he's guarding, it becomes infectious to the rest of his guys.
Clippers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. Here's Morris. Outside for Jackson. Jacks up a 3. They grab their own miss. Great positioning on the putback. Zubac has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Green against Batum. Now here is Harris. Not a lot of room. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Got a piece of it, and he recovers it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Here's Beverly for the lead. Missed.
Not a physically imposing defender, but Kyrie with great footwork and time into a
third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So for the Clippers right now, Jackson is out there with Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 3 spot. Jackson finds Kennard to take the lead. He can't hit that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Here's Irving. The shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Nets. So for the Clippers. Pass to Irving. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. From deep. The rebound by Ibaka.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And George kicks to Beverly. Outside Leonard. Pass to Cousins. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Griffin's checked in for the Nets. In the corner, George with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one swishes right in. George has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Los Angeles. Irving against Beverly. Right side, Irving. Oh, trying for it. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Boy, if you're the coach, you hate to see that kind of miscommunication between your guys.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Leonard looking around. He kicks it to George. He dishes it to Beverly. Back to George. From past the arc. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game. Durant wide open. He fires. And again, it's the Nets missing. Here's George. He feeds it to Beverly. pass to Cousins. Count it, good. Cousins has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
They need points, trying to keep some momentum. Cousins understands the situation.
Harden the pass to Irving. Back to Harden. Here's the teardrop. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 5 rebounds tonight. Cousins dishes to George. Back to Cousins. Outside, George. Pass to Leonard. And an intentional foul right there. Zubac is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Now here's Leonard. Shot clock at 5. Over Durant. Brooklyn with the rebound. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Clippers leading by 4. George finds Beverly. Now here's Leonard. Right wing. Zubac in the post. Guarded by Harden. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, DeMarcus Cousins.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Thank you, David. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Green. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Harris against Leonard. Here's the lob to the hoop. Yes!
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here now is Dinwiddie. Pass to Llewellyn. Harris outside. Dinwiddie outside. There's the 3. Harris, no good. Now George. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable. There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
Dinwiddie can't get it to fall. So the Clippers with the win. This was a hard-fought, David. Thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. Game tonight featuring the Portland Trailblazers as they go up. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George, and it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Morris in at the 4. Beverley with the ball. Outside, George, and stolen by Lillard. For the finish, and Lillard throws it down.
Encouraging to see Lillard focus on improving his defense, showing solid instincts to come up with that steal.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around. Entering the NBA, I knew he needed to develop his mid-range game. He did it, and it's opened things up for him.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Leonard kicks to Ibaka. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Lillard surveying the D from deep three-point range. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And here is Los Angeles now. George passes to Beverley. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverley, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Now here's Lillard. From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some. Lillard's got 7 points in the game. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And George, here we go, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And guys, George puts pressure on an opponent at both ends of the court. Lockdown D at one, aggressive to get his own at the other.
Oh, not many players with a more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
Lillard misses. And so Ibaka, he'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 1. Inside, George. Out to Morris. Puts up a 3. Good on the three-point shot.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Passes it to McCollum. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Lillard from deep three-point land. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. But it's no good. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids. You're right.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
Beverly against Lillard. From deep three-point range. Nurkic dishes to Covington. Kicks it to Powell. Lillard way outside. The long-distance three is buried. Lillard's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Trailblazers. Now Beverly still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. George finds Leonard. Back to George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. They get the rebound, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And I like the anticipation of George on the glass there. A veteran sense of where the miss is going.
And a deep three from Lillard. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And the pass to Leonard. From past the arc. That shot off the mark. For Portland, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. McCollum, no good. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Beverly with the ball. Leonard with no one around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D. And
it's all tied here in Los Angeles. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Earlier tonight,
everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
They've got Batum. Reggie Jackson out there with Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's man in at the 3, the small forward. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Lillard, bounce pass. From 7. Pass to Canner. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Jones checked in for the Trailblazers. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Jackson looking around. Pass to Zubac. Kennard on the wing. Dishes it to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. From downtown, Kennard's shot is off. Portland leading. Here's Jones. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Portland shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And that one falls for Jones. And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in. Here's Jackson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Kennard against Jones. It's stolen by Jones. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Zubac, the pass to Jackson. And they double up Jackson. And that one is off. Good work defensively by Anthony. To the middle. Back to Jones. To the right side. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Cantor, the pass to Simons. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Oh, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Here's Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. All sorts of time. And Cantor pulls it down.
He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter, settling for shots. He'd be better off passing up.
Anthony in the corner. And with the rebound. Clippers trail by 7. It's Jackson with the drive. And the dunk by Jackson.
Now, whenever Jackson is driving, the D is nervous. He is just brilliant at completing his drives to the rack.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Jones in the post. Kennard covering. Shot clock at 6. Here's Anthony. That one doesn't go. The Clippers go the other way with it. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
He gets it in there.
And not just a jump shooter. Kennard is more than capable of doing real damage from the interior as well.
1:02 left in the second quarter. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. The shot's good from Cantor.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
In the corner, Kennard with it. Collins grabs the miss.
He's gone off the rails this quarter. And it's a bad time to do it. I mean, when they're needing to fight from behind.
Jones kicks to Anthony. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the half. To the wing right side. Jones up top. Anthony on the wing. Over Kennard. Cantor finds Anthony. They get it again. Jones with it. Now the pass to Carmelo. Poked away. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Kennard for 3. That shot off. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They never put themselves in too much danger. 4 points was the. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
On the court for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. George with the bucket. Well, in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather take? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know,
Kawhi's
got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. I'm going to agree with you. McCollum against George. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Trailblazers leading by 6. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And the basket is good. Ibaka's got 6.
And the fantastic end-to-end speed of Ibaka is so hard for opposing bigs to keep up with.
And here's McCollum. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Covington passes to Powell. Shoots over Leonard. Basket good. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
A physical player with a large frame. Nurkic was seemingly unbothered by the contact.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Trailblazers leading by 4. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Lillard way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
The D has got to do something to take away his three-point shots. He's been knocking them down all night.
Everly with the ball. In the corner, it's Morris. And Ibaka kicks to George. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And look how quick on the draw George is. The moment he's got the ball, he's in motion for the shot.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Shoots the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard bounce pass. Covington finds McCollum. Back to Covington. Trailblazers moving the ball around. The offensive rebound. Pass to Powell. Three-pointer. That shot no good. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got 6 points.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
George against McCollum. Right side George. Out to the right wing. Right side Leonard. Back to George. Lays it up off the glass. And it's now only a 1-point Portland lead.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 22. And no good that time. Inside, Morris kicks to Leonard. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Trailblazers shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. And here's McCollum for 3. Connects from three-point range. McCollum's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
Pass to George. Stolen by McCollum. Lillard from deep three-point land. No good on the last second attempt there. The third quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers out in front. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Batum's out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Jackson, and it's Mann in at the small forward. Portland leading by 4. Passes to Collins. Over Batum. Cantor trying to free himself up. And Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Trailblazers.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
Kennard against Jones. And the dunk by Zubac.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
Second chance opportunity so big in this instance. They have to feel fortunate that they could extend that play.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Outside Jackson. Batum inside the three-point line. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Jones finds Cantor. Here's Simons. Outside Jones. Just 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Deep 2 from Anthony. That one's not going to go. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
At the line for your Clippers.
First free throw is good. So for the Clippers, Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. Portland also making some changes. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Norman Powell comes in for Zach Collins. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Derek Jones. Trailblazers leading by 5. There's the pass to Simons. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Paul George is checked in for Kennard.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in, and Portland with a change here too. Lillard's checked in. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
George against McCollum.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Powell, no one around him. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Powell's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers. George passes to Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of it.
Trailblazers leading by 6. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Nurkic finds Lillard. Back to Nurkic. Pass to McCollum. Out to Anthony. Wide open look. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, McCollum will find you.
It's good from long range. George has got 9 points now in just the second half.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. Gets the first. That shrinks the margin to just 4.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
And Beverly kicks to Ibaka. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Outside Anthony. Pass to Powell. Beverly against Lillard. From deep, and the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Portland making a change here. Covington's checked in. 40 seconds left in the game. Beverly dishes to George. To tie it up. Up again, and Ibaka is right there.
And this is where Ibaka's steely demeanor serves him well. No hesitation under pressure.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And he commits the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
Hard to believe Lillard missed out on a couple of All-Star selections. I mean, in seasons where he averaged over 25 points a game.
Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And when a player scores over half his team's points, you know he's going to be our pick. Even when he's been the exclusive focus of the defense, they just haven't been able to keep him in check. A tremendous individual effort.
Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
And the Clippers call time here. The score knotted at 48. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. For the win. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. And that's good. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Collins, and it's Anthony in at the 3 slot. Morris finds Ibaka. Now Leonard. Ibaka, and Ibaka is right there. Ibaka's got the first points here in the overtime period for the Clippers.
Big stakes, big bucket. Ibaka showing he has the mettle to rise to the challenge.
Lillard against Beverly. And Zoe Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. The lead is 2.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Lillard against Beverly. From deep three-point range, and that's good. Damian Lillard for 3. Lillard's got 27.
He wants the ball. They want him to have the ball. And as usual, he comes through in the clutch.
Well, overtime basketball, a minute and a half played so far. Here's Leonard, and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moment.
The coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. And getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it, with double-checking, and the game continues on. And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Money!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Now Leonard. It's good!
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Here's Lillard. The feed to McCollum. The 15-footer. Good! A huge shot to tie it up.
And McCullough is a lethal scorer, especially when the game is on the line. Love how under control he is.
And here's Leonard. It's in!
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They trail by 2. 1 second left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Guys, your thoughts?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here, but they want to try for a 3 off the inbound play and go for the win. Definitely doable.
Three-pointer, Lillard.
He made it! That's how you beat the clock, baby! That's how you beat the clock! Down it goes at the buzzer! Boy, it doesn't get any better than that. That's how you end.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.